Welcome, and allow yourself to settle in now. Find that perfect position of comfort and stillness, a place where your body can begin to truly let go. There is nothing else you need to do, nowhere else you need to be. This time is yours alone. It is a gift of peace you are giving to yourself. As you find your comfort, take a slow, deep breath in, filling your lungs with calm. And as you exhale, feel the weight of the day beginning to lift, dissolving into the quiet space around you. This is your sanctuary, your moment to release and to rest. With each breath, you allow yourself to sink a little deeper into the surface that supports you. Feel the gentle pull of gravity, a comforting weight that grounds you and holds you safely. The thoughts and worries of the day can now fade into the background. Imagine them as distant clouds, drifting slowly across a vast, peaceful sky, growing smaller and smaller until they disappear from view entirely. Your mind begins to clear, becoming as open and serene as that empty sky. You are preparing for a journey, a gentle story that will carry you softly into a deep and restorative sleep. Let my voice be a gentle guide, a soft current in a quiet river, leading you away from the shores of wakefulness and into the tranquil waters of slumber. You do not need to hold on to any part of this story. Simply allow the words to wash over you, like the softest waves upon a moonlit beach. Your only task is to listen, to feel, and to drift. You are safe here. You are completely secure. Let go of all effort, release all tension, and give yourself permission to travel into the world that awaits behind your closed eyes. We are about to begin our journey tonight. A journey to a place of quiet wonder, a place lost to time but waiting to be found in the soft landscape of your imagination. We are going in search of the lost library of a forgotten kingdom. This is not a quest of challenge or struggle, but a gentle unfolding, a peaceful discovery. It is a story designed to soothe your mind and comfort your spirit, leading you effortlessly toward the profound rest you so deeply deserve. So close your eyes, if you haven't already, and let the world outside simply melt away. Imagine yourself standing at the edge of an ancient, sleeping forest. The air is cool and still, carrying the faint, sweet scent of damp earth and night-blooming flowers. Above you, a canopy of silver leaves shimmers in the light of a full, luminous moon. The moonlight filters down in gentle beams, illuminating a narrow, winding path that disappears into the deep, soft shadows of the woods. This is not a dark or foreboding place. It is a realm of profound peace, a forest that has slept undisturbed for 1,000 years. Its silence is a blanket of comfort. The path before you is not made of stone or gravel, but of soft, springy moss that glows with a faint, ethereal light of its own. It seems to pulse with a gentle, slow rhythm, like a sleeping heartbeat. You feel an invitation in this soft light, a quiet call to follow. There is no hesitation, only a sense of peace and curiosity. As you take your first step onto the mossy trail, you find it cushions your feet completely, making your steps entirely silent. You are a whisper in this ancient wood, a gentle presence moving through a world of dreams. The trees here are immense, their trunks wider than any you have ever seen. Their bark is like wrinkled parchment, covered in patterns of emerald and silver lichen. They are ancient guardians, silent witnesses to centuries of passing seasons. As you walk beneath their vast, sheltering branches, you feel a sense of being protected, of being welcomed into a sacred and timeless space. The leaves rustle with a sound like soft silk, a gentle sigh that seems to say, "Rest now, you are safe here." Every sound is muted, every sight is softened by the dreamlike quality of the moonlight. You continue along the glowing path, moving deeper into the heart of the forest. The air grows cooler still, and you can smell the clean, crisp scent of pine and the rich aroma of fallen leaves returning to the earth. Small, luminous fungi cast a soft blue and green light on the forest floor, illuminating delicate ferns and the intricate roots of the ancient trees. Fireflies drift lazily through the air, their tiny lanterns blinking on and off in a slow, hypnotic dance. They move as if in a trance, adding to the deep, magical calm of the woods. After a time of walking in this peaceful silence, the trees begin to thin, and you see something ahead through the trunks. It is a wall, a great and crumbling wall of pale stone, almost completely overgrown with thick, dark ivy. The moonlight catches the edges of the stone, revealing its age and the masterful way it was once constructed. This is the outer wall of the Forgotten Kingdom, a place named Ethelgard in the whispers of the wind. It has been reclaimed by nature, its strength softened into a gentle, green embrace. It does not feel like a barrier, but like an ancient, welcoming arm. The mossy path leads you directly to a grand archway in the wall. The great wooden doors that once stood here are long gone, turned to dust by the patient hand of time. In their place, curtains of hanging moss and flowering vines drape across the opening, shimmering in the moon's gentle glow. You part them with your hands, and they feel like cool, soft silk. Stepping through the archway, you find yourself inside the Forgotten Kingdom. And a profound, unbreakable silence greets you. It is the silence of a world that has been sleeping for an impossibly long time. Before you lies a vast, open courtyard. The paving stones are cracked and uneven, with soft grass and tiny, star-like flowers growing in the gaps between them. In the center of the courtyard stands a fountain, now silent. Water no longer flows from it, but its wide, shallow basin is filled with a carpet of the same glowing moss you followed through the forest. It fills the stone bowl with a soft, internal light, creating a pool of gentle luminescence that seems to breathe with the night. The air here is still, and carries a sense of deep history and profound peace. The buildings of the kingdom rise around the courtyard, their forms softened by time. Towers with broken spires reach toward the stardusted sky like skeletal fingers. Grand halls with collapsed roofs are now open to the heavens, their floors covered in a soft blanket of grass. Ivy clings to every surface, its dark leaves a stark and beautiful contrast against the pale, moonlit stone. There is no sense of ruin or decay here, only a sense of a place that has gracefully returned to the earth, becoming a garden of stone and memory. It is beautiful in its slumber. You begin to walk across the courtyard, your silent feet carrying you toward the far side. Your gaze is drawn upward to the sky. Without the lights of any modern world, the stars are brilliant and clear. They seem close enough to touch, scattered like diamond dust across a canvas of deepest indigo. Constellations you have never seen before glitter with a silent, ancient wisdom. The moon hangs among them, a perfect pearl, bathing the entire forgotten city in its serene, silvery light. You feel very small in the most comforting way, a quiet observer in a world of sleeping giants. As you continue your gentle exploration, you notice the details of the architecture. You see the faint traces of intricate carvings on the stone walls, patterns of swirling leaves and mythical beasts, now softened and worn by centuries of wind and rain. You pass under archways that lead into what were once bustling marketplaces, now silent corridors of stone where only the wind wanders. You see grand staircases leading up to empty balconies, where nature has placed its own decorations of ferns and wild flowers. It is a world where time itself has gone to sleep. You are not searching with any urgency. You are simply drifting, allowing your intuition to guide you. You feel a gentle pull, a subtle current in the air, drawing you toward a particular part of the sleeping city. It leads you away from the central courtyard, down a narrow, winding street paved with smooth, moss-covered stones. The buildings here are smaller, more intimate, their doorways like dark, silent mouths. But there is no fear, only a growing sense of anticipation, a feeling that you are getting closer to the heart of this place. The path you follow is illuminated not just by the moon, but by something else. A small, soft orb of golden light has appeared before you. It hovers in the air, no bigger than your hand, and it pulses with a warm, gentle energy. It does not startle you. It feels like a friend, a guide sent to show you the way. It drifts slowly ahead, casting a warm glow on the stones and leaves, and you follow it without question, your trust complete. The light seems to hum with a silent, soothing melody that only your heart can hear. The orb of light leads you through a maze of quiet streets, turning into a garden that was once a royal conservatory. The glass of the great structure is mostly gone, but its delicate iron framework remains, creating a skeletal dome against the night sky. Inside, strange and beautiful plants have grown wild. Great pale flowers with petals like velvet unfurl in the moonlight, releasing a sweet, hypnotic fragrance into the air. Bioluminescent vines wrap around the iron struts, their gentle glow mingling with the golden light of your guide. This place is a living dream. You walk through this magical, skeletal greenhouse, the air thick with the scent of blossoms and damp earth. You reach the far side and pass through another arched doorway, finding yourself in a smaller, more secluded courtyard. This one is enclosed on all four sides by tall, elegant buildings. In the center of this space stands a single, enormous tree. It is a willow, but its leaves are not green. They are a shimmering, ethereal silver, and they weep not tears, but tiny, sparkling motes of light that drift slowly down to the ground. The tree is breathtakingly beautiful, an ancient, living chandelier of soft light. The ground beneath it is carpeted in the fallen motes, creating a glittering, silver lawn. The golden orb of light, your guide, floats toward the base of this magnificent tree. And there, nestled amongst the great, gnarled roots, almost hidden by the shimmering, weeping branches, you see it. A set of heavy, bronze doors, green with the patina of ages. There is no grand entrance, no imposing staircase. The library is here, at the very heart of the kingdom, protected by the ancient, magical willow. The orb of light drifts to the doors and hovers before a great, circular handle. It pulses once with a soft, warm light, and you hear a series of quiet, melodic clicks from within the door's mechanism. There is no loud grinding of old gears, no groaning of heavy metal. Instead, with a sound like a deep, gentle sigh, the great bronze doors swing silently inward, opening a path into the darkness beyond. The orb of light floats inside, beckoning you to follow. You step across the threshold, leaving the moonlit courtyard behind, and enter the lost library of Ethilgard. The moment you step inside, the doors swing shut behind you with the same soft sigh, sealing you within a world of profound silence and deep, comforting darkness. For a moment, the only light is the small, golden orb that floats patiently before you. The air inside is cool and still, and it carries the most wonderful scent. It is the smell of old paper, of aged leather, of beeswax polish, and of something else, a faint, dry, sweet scent like forgotten spices or dried flowers. It is the scent of stored knowledge, of sleeping stories. The golden orb begins to move again, drifting slowly upward. As it rises, its light expands not harshly, but gently, as if it is waking up the very air itself. The light spreads, revealing the vastness of the space you have entered. You are standing in an immense, circular chamber. And all around you, from the polished stone floor to a ceiling so high you cannot see it, are shelves. Endless shelves, packed with books of every imaginable size and shape. You are surrounded by a forest of sleeping words. The architecture of the library is magnificent. The shelves are not simple wooden planks, but are carved from a dark, rich wood, adorned with intricate patterns of vines and leaves. They curve and sweep in elegant lines, forming alcoves and balconies, connected by gracefully spiraling staircases. It is a place built not just to store books, but to honor them. It feels more like a cathedral, dedicated to knowledge than a simple library. And its silence is absolute, a sacred hush that has not been broken for centuries. The orb continues to rise until it reaches the apex of the great, unseen dome above. There it settles, and its light blooms into a soft, golden radiance that fills the entire chamber. It is not a bright light, but a warm, gentle glow like perpetual twilight. Now you can see the ceiling. It is not stone, but a single, seamless dome of what looks like dark crystal. And through it you can see the stars, the same brilliant, silent stars you saw in the courtyard, now magnified and impossibly clear. You are standing under a dome of night. You begin to walk slowly into the heart of the great circular room. Your footsteps make no sound on the smooth, dark floor. All around you, the books wait patiently on their shelves. Some are huge, leather-bound tomes with metal clasps. Others are slender volumes bound in soft velvet. Some are simple scrolls tied with silken ribbons. There are books of every color, deep blues, rich crimsons, earthy greens, and bindings that seem to be made of hammered gold and silver. Each one is a silent promise, a sleeping story. You feel no urge to read them, no need to disturb their long slumber. It is enough just to be in their presence. You can almost feel the stories they contain, radiating from them like a gentle warmth. Tales of magic and dragons, histories of forgotten kings, poems about the stars, scientific treatises on the nature of light and shadow. All of human and non-human experience, all the dreams and thoughts of a civilization, are resting here peacefully around you. The air itself feels thick with wisdom and peace. You drift toward one of the massive shelves, drawn by a particular book bound in a deep, midnight blue leather. You reach out your hand and gently touch its spine. The leather is cool and impossibly smooth under your fingertips. You do not pull it from the shelf. You simply rest your hand there, feeling the quiet energy it contains. You can almost hear the faintest whisper, not of words, but of a feeling, a tale of a long sea voyage under a sky of unfamiliar stars. It is a lullaby in the form of a book. As you stand there, you notice that the air is not entirely still. There is a gentle, almost imperceptible current. You look up and see that tiny, glittering motes of dust are dancing in the golden light from above. They drift and swirl in slow, hypnotic patterns like miniature galaxies. They are the dust of ages, the physical remnants of time itself, and their silent dance is mesmerizing, a slow and beautiful ballet that adds to the deep tranquility of the library. You watch them, and your breathing slows to match their gentle rhythm. You continue your silent journey, moving deeper into the library. You pass by a grand, circular desk in the center of the room. It is carved from the same dark wood as the shelves, its surface polished to a mirror-like sheen. A single high-backed chair sits behind it, empty and waiting. On the desk, an enormous book lies open, its pages filled with elegant, flowing script and illuminated with intricate paintings of celestial maps. The ink still looks fresh, as if the scribe just stepped away for a moment 1,000 years ago. You wander into one of the many alcoves formed by the curving shelves. This one is cozier, more secluded. A plush, high-backed armchair, upholstered in a deep green velvet, sits beside a small, low table. It faces a tall, arched window. But the window does not look out onto the courtyard. Instead, it seems to look out into the deep, star-filled void of space. Nebulae of soft pink and purple swirl in the distance, and slow-moving comets trail tails of silver light. It is a window onto the cosmos itself. This is your place. This is the sanctuary within the sanctuary. You feel an irresistible pull toward the comfortable-looking armchair. It is an invitation to rest, to cease your gentle wandering and simply be still. You move toward it and sink into its soft, deep cushions. The velvet is incredibly soft against your skin, and the chair enfolds you in a comforting embrace. It feels as though it were made just for you, waiting for this exact moment for you to arrive and find your perfect rest. You settle back into the chair, your body releasing any last, lingering tension. You let your head rest against the high back, and your gaze drifts to the cosmic view outside the magical window. Watching the slow, silent dance of distant galaxies and swirling nebulae is deeply calming. There is no sound, only the grand, silent majesty of the universe turning slowly before you. It is a view that puts everything into perspective, that makes any worldly worries seem impossibly small and insignificant. You are a part of this vast, beautiful silence. A soft warmth begins to spread through you, starting from the point where your body meets the chair and radiating outward. It is a gentle, soothing heat that relaxes your muscles and calms your nerves. As you sit here, enveloped in comfort and gazing at the stars, you realize that this library is more than just a collection of books. It is a repository of peace. It is a place where quiet is gathered and stored, where stillness is preserved. And by being here, you are absorbing that peace into every fiber of your being. Your breathing is slow and deep now, each inhale bringing in more tranquility, each exhale releasing anything that remains of the outside world. The gentle, golden light of the chamber seems to wrap around you like the softest blanket. The faint, sweet smell of old paper and beeswax is a soothing balm to your senses. The profound silence is a gift to your mind, allowing it to finally become still. This is the heart of the journey, the sanctuary moment you have been seeking. There is nothing to do but rest. The stories from the books around you seem to seep into the air, not as words, but as feelings. You feel a sense of epic adventure without any of the danger. You feel the deep love of a poet for the moon without any of the heartache. You feel the satisfaction of a scholar's discovery without any of the struggle. The essence of 1,000,000 peaceful moments, captured in ink and paper, is now filling the room and filling you with a sense of profound and complete contentment. The velvet of the chair feels softer, the golden light warmer. The silence seems to deepen, becoming not an absence of sound, but a powerful healing presence. You feel your body growing heavier, sinking more and more deeply into the embrace of the chair. It is a pleasant, comforting weight, the feeling of your physical form letting go completely, trusting the support beneath it. Your limbs feel loose and relaxed, your mind calm and clear. You are perfectly safe, perfectly comfortable, perfectly at peace. You notice a book resting on the small table beside your chair. It is a small, simple volume, bound in soft, worn leather with no title on its cover. You have no desire to open it. You know somehow that its story is the story of this moment, a story of finding peace in a quiet place, a tale of letting go and drifting into serene slumber. Its presence is a final, gentle reassurance. It is the story of your own rest, and it is being written as you sink deeper and deeper into tranquility. The view from the window begins to change. The sharp points of distant stars begin to soften and blur, their light bleeding into long, gentle streaks. The vibrant colors of the nebulae swirl and merge, becoming a soft, abstract watercolor of peaceful hues. The cosmic scene is dissolving, melting into a beautiful, formless river of light and color. It is a gentle transition, a visual representation of your own mind letting go of focus and drifting into the soft prelude to sleep. The great library around you begins to fade as well. The hard lines of the bookshelves soften and lose their definition. The millions of individual books merge into a single, warm texture of dark wood and gold. The details are no longer important. All that matters is the feeling they created, the feeling of safety, of wisdom, of ancient, profound peace. That feeling remains, even as the image of the library dissolves into the soft darkness behind your eyes. The golden light from the crystal dome above begins to dim, not by going out, but by becoming more diffuse, more gentle. It transforms from a light that illuminates into a light that is simply warmth. A soft ambient glow that has no source and no end. It is the warmth of utter comfort, the gentle heat of deep relaxation. You are floating in this warm, golden peace, untethered from place and time. You are simply a consciousness drifting peacefully toward sleep. The sounds, or rather the silence, begins to transform. The profound hush of the library becomes something even deeper. It becomes the quiet of deep space, the stillness of the ocean floor. It is a silence that you can feel, a comforting pressure that quiets the last lingering thoughts in your mind. My voice now becomes just another part of this silence, a soft thread of sound weaving through the vast, peaceful emptiness. A gentle whisper guiding you deeper down. The sensation of the chair beneath you starts to fade away. You are no longer sitting in a chair. You are floating, drifting on a slow, gentle current. Perhaps you are a leaf on a calm, moonlit river. Perhaps you are a cloud drifting across a twilight sky. Perhaps you are a single mote of dust, dancing in a sunbeam. The specifics do not matter. All that matters is the feeling of weightless, effortless movement. Drifting, floating, releasing. Your sense of self begins to dissolve. The boundaries between you and the peace around you blur and disappear. You are not just in the quiet, you are the quiet. You are not just feeling the peace, you are the peace. There is no separation. There is only this singular, all-encompassing state of deep and profound serenity. You are part of the calm, part of the rest. You are sinking gently into the very essence of sleep itself. The journey is complete. The story has served its purpose. It has brought you to this threshold, this doorway to deep and restorative slumber. Now it is time to step through. It is time to let go of the last thread of consciousness and allow yourself to sink completely into the welcoming embrace of the night. Your body is ready for rest. Your mind is ready for silence. Your spirit is ready for peace. Everything is aligned for a perfect, deep sleep. Drifting now. Just drifting. Sinking deeper and deeper. Down, down, down into a soft, warm, comfortable darkness. It is the darkness of the deepest sleep, a place of healing and renewal. It welcomes you like an old friend. There is nothing to fear. There is only comfort here. Only peace. Deeper and deeper. Letting go completely. Letting go now. Every muscle is relaxed. Every thought has faded. There is only the feeling of sinking. Your breathing is the gentle, rhythmic tide, pulling you further and further out into the ocean of sleep. Inhale peace. Exhale and release. Inhale calm. Exhale and let go. A slow, steady rhythm, the lullaby of your own body, carrying you into the deepest state of rest. The world is far away now. The story is a distant dream. All that is left is you and this profound, deep, peaceful sleep that is now claiming you. Sleep now. Deep, peaceful sleep. You are safe. You are at rest. Allow the darkness to hold you. Allow the silence to soothe you. There is nothing but rest. Nothing but peace. Sleep. Just sleep. The library and its silent wisdom are now a part of your deepest dreams, a sanctuary you can return to whenever you seek this profound sense of calm. The ancient peace of that forgotten place is now your own, a treasure held within your resting heart. As you continue to walk through the sleeping kingdom of Ethelgard, you notice the subtle sounds that make up the silence. The almost inaudible whisper of the wind, as it moves through the empty halls and across the crumbling rooftops. The faint rustle of ivy leaves against the old stones. The distant, soft call of a night bird, a single melodic note that only deepens the surrounding tranquility. These are the sounds of a world at rest, and they become a gentle symphony that soothes your soul. The moonlight seems to have a texture here. It is not just light, but a tangible, silvery presence that drapes over everything like a fine, cool silk. When you pass through a moonbeam, you can almost feel its gentle touch on your skin, a calming caress that cools and soothes. It pools in the hollows of the worn flagstones and traces the edges of the carved reliefs on the walls, highlighting the sleeping beauty of the forgotten city. Every surface is softened and sanctified by its glow. Your guide, the small orb of golden light, drifts onward with a slow and patient grace. It never moves too quickly, always staying just ahead, a beacon of warmth in the cool, silver world. Its light does not cast harsh shadows. Instead, it seems to persuade the shadows to soften, to recede gently. It is a light of peace, a light that illuminates without disturbing, showing you the way without demanding your attention. You follow it with a feeling of complete and utter trust, knowing it leads to a place of perfect rest. The path turns, leading you toward what must have been the royal sector of the city. The buildings here are grander, the archways taller, the stonework even more elaborate. You pass by the remains of what might have been a great hall, its vast, open space now a moonlit meadow of soft grass and wildflowers. The collapsed roof has opened the hall to the sky, and you can see the brilliant tapestry of stars framed by the high, ruined walls. It is a place of serene, natural grandeur, more beautiful in its sleep than it ever could have been in its waking life. The golden orb leads you to the base of the weeping silver willow, its luminous leaves creating a constant, gentle rain of light. The air beneath its branches is alive with these shimmering motes, and as you breathe in, you feel as though you are inhaling starlight. The light has a faintly sweet scent, like honey and night air, a fragrance that calms your mind and prepares you for the wonders that await inside the library. The tree itself seems to hum with a low, ancient energy, a song of deep and abiding peace. As the bronze doors of the library open for you, the scent from within washes over you more fully. It is a complex and deeply comforting aroma. The dominant note is that of aged paper, a dry, slightly sweet smell that speaks of patience and time. Underneath that is the rich, earthy scent of leather bindings, and the faint, waxy sweetness of beeswax used to polish the wood and seal the ancient scrolls. It is the perfume of stillness, the very essence of a place dedicated to quiet contemplation. Stepping inside the vast, circular chamber, you feel the change in the atmosphere. The air is perfectly still, without the slightest current or draft. It holds a quality of preservation, as if the last breath taken in this room 1,000 years ago is still held here, undisturbed. The silence is not empty, it is full. It is filled with the weight of all the unread words, all the sleeping stories, all the quiet thoughts of the scholars and dreamers who once walked these floors. You feel their peaceful presence all around you. Your gaze is drawn upward by the slowly expanding light of the golden orb. As it illuminates the towering shelves, you see the incredible diversity of the books they hold. There are massive, iron-strapped ledgers that must have required 2 people to lift. Next to them are delicate, hand-painted books of poetry, their covers inlaid with mother-of-pearl. You see scrolls of papyrus, clay tablets with ancient cuneiform, and books whose pages seem to be made of hammered, translucent leaves. This library did not just collect stories, it collected the very art of storytelling itself. You begin your slow, aimless walk around the library's circumference. You run your fingers lightly over the spines of the books as you pass. Each one has a different texture. The rough, fibrous feel of a papyrus scroll. The cool, smooth surface of a marble-covered book. The soft, yielding nap of a velvet binding. The grainy, reassuring texture of old leather. It is a journey for your sense of touch as much as for your sight, a tactile connection to the ancient knowledge that surrounds you. You pass one of the spiraling staircases, its steps worn smooth in the center by the passage of countless feet. It winds its way up into the higher levels of the library, disappearing into the soft, golden twilight. You can imagine the quiet, robed figures who once ascended these stairs, their minds filled with curiosity and reverence. You feel no need to climb them yourself. You are content to remain on the ground floor, grounded in the deep peace of the library's foundation. The star-filled dome above is a constant source of wonder. It is like having the night sky as your ceiling. The constellations visible through the dark crystal are sharp and vibrant, and they seem to move with an impossibly slow, majestic grace. It gives you the sense that the library is not entirely earthbound. It feels like a vessel adrift in the silent sea of space, a ship of knowledge sailing through an endless, peaceful night. This feeling of gentle, cosmic drift adds to your growing sense of serene detachment from the waking world. You find the cozy alcove with the green velvet armchair and the window that looks out upon the cosmos. Before you sit, you take a moment to simply stand before the window, mesmerized by the view. A great, swirling galaxy of soft blues and whites turns slowly in the distance. A meteor of pure silver drifts lazily across the star field, leaving a faint, glittering trail in its wake. There is a depth and a scale to the scene that is profoundly humbling and deeply reassuring. Your own concerns feel like tiny specks of dust in the face of this silent, cosmic grandeur. Sinking into the armchair is like a homecoming. Your body seems to recognize the shape of it, the feel of it, as if you have rested here 1,000 times before. Every part of you is perfectly supported. The cushions are soft but firm, holding you in a gentle, secure embrace. You feel your muscles letting go of tensions you didn't even know you were holding. A long, slow sigh escapes your lips, a sound of pure contentment and release. You have arrived at the very center of tranquility. As you rest in the chair, you begin to notice the more subtle details of the library's ambient state. The golden light from the orb is not static. It seems to breathe, pulsing with an incredibly slow, gentle rhythm. It brightens and dims so gradually that you can barely perceive it, but you can feel it. It is like the slow, deep breathing of a vast, sleeping creature. The entire library is alive with a quiet, restful energy, and its rhythm is lulling you into an even deeper state of calm. You let your eyes drift half-closed. Through your lashes, the view from the cosmic window softens even more. The sharp points of light blur into soft, glowing orbs. The swirling colors of the nebulae blend together into a gentle, abstract wash. The scene becomes a beautiful, dreamlike painting of peace, a visual mantra that helps to quiet your mind. You are no longer actively watching. You are simply absorbing the serene beauty of it all, letting it wash through you. The feeling of the library's peace intensifies. It is a palpable presence now, an atmosphere as thick and comforting as a warm blanket. It seeps into your pores, flows through your veins, and settles deep within your bones. It is the accumulated peace of millennia, the residue of countless hours of silent study and peaceful contemplation. And it is all here for you, to absorb and make your own. You are breathing in peace, and breathing out any last remnant of unease. The weight of your body becomes more pronounced, a deeply pleasant and grounding sensation. You feel the full support of the chair, the solidness of the floor beneath it, the ancient foundation of the library itself. This deep, physical grounding allows your mind to float freely, to drift and wander without any fear. Your body is an anchor of stillness, allowing your consciousness to become as light as a feather, ready to be carried away on the gentle breezes of sleep. The stories around you begin to whisper, not in words you can understand, but in pure, emotional resonance. From one shelf, you feel a wave of serene wonder, the story of an astronomer discovering a new star. From another, you feel a sense of deep, quiet satisfaction, the story of a gardener cultivating a perfect, moon-white rose. These feelings drift through the air like fragrances, creating a complex perfume of tranquility that you absorb with every slow breath. You are bathed in the happy endings and peaceful moments of a million forgotten tales. The boundary between you and the chair begins to feel indistinct. The soft velvet seems to merge with your own sense of self. The warmth of your body and the warmth of the room become one and the same. You are not simply a visitor in this library anymore. You are becoming a part of it, another element in its perfect, balanced state of rest. You are like a book being returned to its proper shelf after a long journey, finding its perfect place in the great, silent order of things. The details of the physical world begin their slow, gentle retreat. The specific scent of paper and wax fades into a general feeling of comfort. The sight of the cosmic window dissolves into a soft, internal glow. The feeling of the velvet chair transforms into a universal sensation of being held and supported. Your senses are turning inward, away from the dream of the library and toward the deeper reality of pure, restful consciousness. The concept of you in a library starts to dissolve. There is only the feeling of floating in a warm, golden, silent space. The narrative has become a feeling. The place has become a state of being. You are no longer following a story. You are embodying its purpose. The purpose is rest, The purpose is peace. The purpose is to let go and sink effortlessly into the deep, healing waters of sleep. Thoughts, if they arise, are like bubbles rising from the deep. They appear for a moment, shimmering and insubstantial, and then they pop, leaving no trace behind. They cannot hold your attention. Your mind is too calm, too heavy with peace. It is like a smooth, deep lake, and any thought that tries to ripple its surface is immediately absorbed back into the profound stillness. Silence reigns within you, as it does in the great library of your dreams. The gentle, rhythmic pulse of the golden light is now your own heartbeat, slow, steady, and calm. The soft, ambient warmth is your own comfortable body temperature. The profound silence is the quiet of your own peaceful mind. The library has given you its gifts, and now it fades away, leaving you with the pure essence of its tranquility. You are the sanctuary now. The peace is within you. You are sinking. A slow, gentle downward drift. Through layers of comfort, like sinking through a bed of the softest clouds. Each layer you pass through takes you deeper into relaxation, deeper into stillness. Down, down, through the twilight of drowsiness and into the deep, dark night of sleep. It is a wonderful, effortless sensation. A release. A surrender to the rest your body and mind have been craving. Letting go. Just letting go now. Releasing your hold on the day, on your thoughts, on consciousness itself. You trust the process. You trust that sleep will take you, hold you, and restore you. There is nothing to resist, nothing to hold on to. Simply release your grip and allow yourself to fall backward into a deep, soft, welcoming pillow of slumber. It catches you perfectly, holds you securely. The world is a distant murmur, a forgotten echo. All that exists is this present moment of transition, this sacred passage into sleep. My voice is just a soft sound now, a part of the gentle current carrying you away. It doesn't need to be understood, only felt. A soothing vibration in the peaceful quiet. A final, gentle nudge toward the shores of your deepest dreams. Deeper and deeper now. The last remnants of awareness are dissolving like sugar in warm water. You are becoming one with the darkness, one with the silence, one with the peace. It is a beautiful, seamless transition. There is no jolt, no sudden chain. Just a slow, graceful fade from one state of being to another. From gentle awareness to even gentler sleep. Sleep is here. It is all around you and all within you. It is a gentle tide, rising slowly to claim you. Feel it wash over your feet, your legs, your body, your mind. A wave of deep, restorative peace, carrying you out into a vast and tranquil ocean of dreams. You do not need to swim. You only need to float. To drift. To be carried. Rest now. Your journey is done. The library has been found, and its peace is yours. Sleep deeply. Sleep peacefully. You are safe. You are comfortable. All is well. Let the night take you. Let the sleep heal you. Rest. Just rest. Sleep now. As you stand in the moonlit courtyard of Ethelgard, you take a moment to look more closely at the silent fountain. The glowing moss within its basin is not a uniform green. It is a tapestry of different shades, from pale chartreuse to deep emerald, and it pulses in a slow, asynchronous rhythm. Watching the gentle, shifting patterns of light is deeply hypnotic, a silent, natural light show designed by time itself. It pulls your focus inward, away from any lingering thoughts, preparing you for the deeper calm to come. You turn your attention to the buildings surrounding you. You notice the empty windows like dark, sleeping eyes in the stone faces of the ancient structures. There is no sadness in their emptiness. Instead, they seem to represent a state of peaceful introspection. They look inward now, rather than outward, content in their silent contemplation. They are guardians of the kingdom's long slumber, and their silent watch adds to your own growing sense of security and peace. The air itself feels ancient. As you breathe it in, you feel you are inhaling not just oxygen but history. It seems to carry the faint, ghostly echo of distant bells, the imagined scent of wood smoke from 1,000 cold hearths, the memory of laughter from a long-vanished festival. These are not haunting presences, but gentle, peaceful imprints on the atmosphere, whispers of a life lived and now peacefully at rest, just as you are preparing to be. Following the golden orb, you feel the temperature of the air change subtly as you move through different parts of the city. As you pass through a narrow alleyway between two tall buildings, the air is cool and still. When you emerge into a more open square, you feel a slightly warmer, gentler breeze, carrying the scent of the night-blooming flowers from a nearby rooftop garden. These slight shifts are pleasant and grounding, a reminder of your gentle, physical journey through this dream space. Inside the skeletal conservatory, you pause to admire one of the magnificent, pale flowers. Its petals are the size of your hand, and they have a texture like the finest suede. A single, perfect drop of dew rests in its center, and within that tiny droplet, the entire dome of stars above is reflected. It is a perfect miniature universe, a small world of beauty and peace. Observing this tiny detail brings your mind into a state of focused, gentle wonder, quieting all other thoughts. Reaching the great willow tree is like arriving at the very center of the kingdom's magic. You reach out and touch its trunk. The bark is surprisingly smooth and cool, almost like polished stone. You can feel a faint, slow vibration under your palm, the deep, steady pulse of the tree's ancient life force. It is a rhythm of profound stability and endurance, a comforting beat that seems to resonate with the deepest, calmest parts of your own being. The tree is sharing its ancient peace with you. When the bronze doors open, you are struck by the sheer scale of the library's interior. The ceiling is so high that it seems to create its own atmosphere, its own weather of gentle, golden twilight. The vastness of the space does not make you feel small or intimidated. On the contrary, it makes you feel liberated. There is room here for every thought to expand and dissipate, room for your spirit to stretch out and relax completely. The immensity of the library is an immensity of peace. As you walk, you notice the floor under your feet. It is made of a dark, almost black stone, polished so highly that it reflects the golden light and the books on the shelves like a still, dark lake. With every step, you see a soft, distorted reflection of yourself, moving through this world of knowledge. You are walking on a sky of sleeping stories, a mirror of the starry cosmos visible through the dome above. The symmetry of the scene, above and below, creates a feeling of perfect balance and harmony. You let your gaze wander up the seemingly endless shelves. The arrangement of the books seems to follow a logic beyond simple categorization. It feels more organic, more intuitive. Colors blend into one another in gentle gradients. Sizes and shapes are arranged in aesthetically pleasing patterns. It is as if the library itself is a single, massive work of art, and every book is a carefully chosen brushstroke. The visual harmony of the space is deeply soothing to your mind. You imagine the librarians who once tended to this place. They must have moved with a silent, graceful reverence, their lives dedicated to the preservation of these stories. You can almost feel their peaceful, scholarly presence in the air, a legacy of quiet dedication and love for knowledge. Their calm energy has been absorbed by the very walls of this place, and it now radiates out, adding to the library's profound atmosphere of tranquility. Finding your alcove feels like a discovery destined to happen. It is a personal space within the grand public chamber, a nest of comfort designed for one. As you settle into the chair, you notice the small details. The wood of the armrests is worn smooth in the exact places where hands would naturally rest. The small table beside you is just the right height. Everything about this small corner feels considered and intentional, created with the sole purpose of providing perfect comfort and solitude. The cosmic window is not a static image, it is alive. You watch as a river of deep purple cosmic dust flows slowly across the star field, obscuring some constellations and revealing others. The universe it displays is in a constant state of slow, gentle flux. This endless, silent motion is mesmerizing. It is change without chaos, movement without urgency. It is the perfect visual lullaby, a celestial dance that invites your mind to let go of its own frantic pace and adopt the slow, graceful rhythm of the cosmos. A feeling of deep gratitude washes over you as you sit in this perfect sanctuary. Gratitude for this moment of peace, for this beautiful, imagined place, for the ability of your own mind to create such a sanctuary. This feeling of thankfulness is a warm, pleasant glow in your chest. It is a positive, gentle emotion that pushes out any remaining shadows of worry or stress. You are filled with a simple, profound appreciation for this experience of deep and utter rest. The silence of the library begins to work its magic on you. In the absence of external sound, you begin to hear the quiet, internal rhythms of your own body. The slow, steady beat of your heart. The soft, gentle rush of your own breathing. These sounds are deeply reassuring, a biological mantra of life and calm. You are turning your awareness inward, listening to the peaceful song of your own existence as you drift closer and closer to sleep. The stories in the books no longer feel contained within their bindings. You sense them beginning to stir in their long slumber, not to wake, but to dream. The library is dreaming around you. The adventures, the romances, the philosophies, they are all weaving together into a single, vast, and peaceful tapestry of collective imagination. You are now part of this dream, wrapped in the threads of a million peaceful narratives, all whispering the same essential message. It is time to rest. The weight of your eyelids increases. It feels as though they have tiny, soft weights attached to them, gently pulling them closed. You no longer need to see the library or the cosmic window. The image is imprinted on the back of your eyelids, in the soft darkness of your own mind. You can access the feeling of this place without the need for sight. The sanctuary is now within you, a permanent part of your inner landscape of peace. The transition to the fade-to-sleep portion of the journey is seamless. The dissolving of the library does not feel like a loss. It feels like an integration. The library is not disappearing. It is being absorbed into you. Its peace, its silence, its ancient wisdom are all becoming a part of your resting consciousness. You are taking the essence of this magical place with you into your sleep, where it will continue to soothe and restore you throughout the night. The feeling of floating becomes more profound. You have a sense of being utterly untethered, free from the laws of gravity and the constraints of the physical world. You are pure consciousness, drifting in a warm, safe, and infinite space. There are no walls, no floor, no ceiling. There is only the sensation of gentle, aimless, and completely peaceful movement. It is the ultimate freedom, the final release from all worldly cares. My voice begins to slow down, the spaces between the words growing longer. These pauses are as important as the words themselves. They are moments of pure silence, empty spaces for you to sink into, to fall through. They are invitations to go deeper, to let go more completely. Each pause is a gentle step down a long, soft staircase that leads directly into the heart of slumber. The abstract concepts become your reality. Drifting is no longer just a word, it is what you are doing. Floating is your current state of being. Sinking into comfort is the physical and mental process you are undergoing. The words are no longer describing a feeling. They are creating it, reinforcing it, making it your total experience. You are living the language of deep relaxation. As you approach the edge of sleep, you may feel a final, gentle release, like a soft click in your mind as the last conscious thought lets go. It is the moment of surrender, the point of no return. You allow it to happen, you welcome it. It is the final, beautiful step of the journey, the moment the ship of your consciousness leaves the harbor of wakefulness and sails out into the vast, calm, and silent ocean of the night. The affirmations begin, simple and pure. They are like smooth, cool stones dropped into the deep, still lake of your subconscious mind. They do not create ripples. They simply sink, finding their place in the quiet depths, reinforcing the state of peace you have already achieved. They are anchors for your rest, ensuring that your sleep will be deep, untroubled, and profoundly restorative. Deep, peaceful sleep. These words echo in the vast, quiet space of your mind. They are a gentle command, a loving permission. Deep, peaceful sleep. The two concepts are intertwined. Your sleep is peaceful. Your peace is deep. They are one and the same. And you are sinking into them now. Completely and utterly. Rest now. Sleep now. The final invitation. The gentle closing of the door. The story has ended. The journey is complete. And all that remains is the profound and beautiful gift of sleep. Allow it to take you completely. There is nothing else. Only this. Peace. Rest. Sleep.